What's going on, everyone? This is Jonathan Lacey, and of course, I'm joined here with my co-host Isaac. As welcome back to another episode of the Weapon X podcast. Um, as I know I've been saying this every show. If you are listening to us, make sure you are following us, and also if you are enjoying this content, guys, leave us a 5-star review. Help us grow. It's free. It's free. We're not making money off of this, guys. Like we're doing this because we enjoy it. This is something that Isaac and I enjoy. Um, yeah, guys. But before we dive into today's episode, guys, we if you have not checked out Solo Leveling yet, check
hmm
that out. All right, like I checked out the first two episodes last week, and dude, it's fire, right? Like Isaac, you've read the comics, right? For it, the manga.
Yep. Yeah, the webtoon. So Solo Leveling is actually a Korean manga, pretty much.
Mm,
They call it manhwa over there,
okay,
but
yep,
it's a really cool story. I mean, they just started the anime. They did episode 3 yesterday.
yeah,
But I mean, it's a great story, like about a guy starting from nothing, but like growing to like being like the strongest guy in his verse, and just kind of, just dealing with all the monsters that come through, and just, you kind of see him transform into this, not this like wimpy guy, but like more so into this guy who's confident and is ready to do what he has to do to protect the ones he loves. And I think you guys will love the story.
yeah. Check it out, guys, because and without giving away spoilers and stuff, I would just give the warning of you know expect the unexpected.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say. Expect the unexpected. But yeah, guys, we have a good episode lined up for you all today. We're gonna dive into this whole Jonathan Majors situation and how this is affecting the MCU moving forward, and really, where the heck do they go from here now?
hmm
Like, I think that's the big question that a lot of people have because of all of the work that has gone into this and the all the movies that were planned to come out, in the next span over the next 3 to 6 years. Who knows what's going to happen with that now? But
Yeah.
for the people that may not understand what exactly is going on with Jonathan Majors, Isaac, do you want to just dive into that?
Yeah, I can give you guys the spark notes from what I found. But so I'm referencing an NBC News article. So pretty much what it boils down to, the case of Jonathan Majors was he had some domestic abuse involving his girlfriend, Grace Jabari. There was an incident that happened last March to where she left the car to where she had like a messed up finger. She had like a laceration behind her ear. I think she had some bruising because pretty much it was said that they had a conflict because Jonathan Majors was texting somebody and his girlfriend thought she saw something that was pretty like dirty on his phone, like about him talking to somebody else. So she grabbed his phone, and then when he's trying to get it back from her, he grabbed her finger, kind of bent it up, and then he smacked her in the head, which actually tore like some of her ear in the back of it. But that pretty much just unraveled into this whole case. A lot of he said, she said, and then at some point, um, it seems like Grace kind of pulled back her allegations about what happened, and then something else came out saying that, well, it wasn't Jonathan Majors who was the abuser, it was his girlfriend. So there's kind of like a lot of back and forth, but eventually the case got resolved back in this past December, where Jonathan Majors was found guilty because they found evidence of
Mm-hmm.
pretty much his girlfriend trying to hide the fact that the attack happened because apparently they have possibly both been going through some mental issues, and she loved him and she didn't want it to get out, but it was kind of too late. But the evidence pretty much came forward about pretty much Jonathan Major saying, "Hey, don't go to the hospital to get yourself treated right now because I mean I can't get in trouble with this. It's going to mess up my career." But things got out, and
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
too
he
late.
got caught for it, so it's sad too because I mean he
Yeah.
was an upcoming artist or not artist but actor. I mean you've seen him in like
Hmm.
a lot of movies. I mean Creed 3, all the Marvel stuff he's done with Ant-Man, Loki, and then but still I mean it's funny because like a lot of people say that he's like the nicest guy you could ever meet, and I'm sure he is. But people have their moments and they mess up, and
Yeah.
he messed up.
Right. Yeah, and again, like I'm I'm not gonna like we're not gonna sit here to like discussing whether he was right or wrong. Like that's
Right.
already been dictated, right? So um but like the issue that you're gonna run into now though, like well, I mean with him, who knows if he's ever gonna be able to get back into acting now. Because I mean like this definitely is a like we
Yeah.
don't know if we want to touch that now, because of unfortunately like his past, and I mean everyone's going to mess up and everyone has messed up, but his his wrongs were out there for the public to see, for the world to see. There were cameras, you know.
Yep.
The only difference between me and him is that he has millions of people watching him. I don't. So, so yeah, like that's tough, man. But like with the MCU though, they've put so much. They basically put all their eggs in one basket with him.
Pretty much, because I mean, a lot of the movies that I think were slated for this year, they kind of went into Phase 5 involving him, are getting pushed back. I mean, because I
Yeah,
think the Secret Wars movie got pushed back by a lot.
yeah,
The
like
next
years.
Captain America movie got pushed back by a lot. Because I think the only Marvel movies coming out this year are supposed to be
And
Craven the
Madam Web,
Hunter, It Madam Web, Deadpool 3. And
yeah,
then I saw that they're doing Venom 3 as well in November, which I had no idea that was coming.
yeah. So that I think that Venom movie, like I know we're not going to talk about that, but like just to say this, that Venom movie, it has to like you have to involve Tom Holland's Spider Man.
At this point, yeah.
You
Especially
have to,
how after they like left it in No Way Home, it
right?
has to be something said at
Have to,
least.
have to, man. Um, but I I just feel like now with Jonathan Majors, like he was playing King the Conqueror,
Hmm.
and for all of us nerds out here, we know King was on like he makes Thanos like this big in the grand scheme of how powerful he is. You know, it's going to be interesting in seeing how they're going to move forward with this because
Nope.
we know he was in Loki.
Hmm.
We know he was the main
Ant-Man. Yeah.
villain in Ant-Man, right?
Mhm.
Um, and we just like we know like that was their main goal to make him the main villain,
Mhm.
and it's it's just interesting like to see like all right, do you move forward with him like with that main villain being Kang, or do you go a different direction? Which we'll hit on that in a little bit,
Mhm.
but if they were to move forward with somebody that like, hey, we want to keep Kang, but we want a different actor, like who would you say will be a good fit for that role?
Man, well, so my first pick, just from seeing him act and seeing how he like carries himself. I forget his name, but it's the guy who plays Lucius Fox in Gotham.
Yes.
Um, I think he could do it. Because I mean, again, like I haven't seen him in many blockbusters, but in terms of like his cadence, how he kind of carries himself, very articulate, but also very like masculine in a sense. I could see him possibly doing it. Um, Another pick could possibly be, let me see, what's his name? Uh Man, he was in The Creator, and he did Tenet, but let me see if I can find his name. Uh, what is his name? Okay, yeah, John David Washington. That's his
Mm,
name.
mm.
And then the guy who plays Lucius in Gotham, I'll find him. Come on, Google.
Goop.
Go. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Actor. Be patient with me, guys. Okay, his name is Chris Chalk. Christopher Eugene Chalk. I
Dang.
mean, that's a sophisticated name right there.
Real talk. That hey, he might be able to take that, right?
He might could. I mean, because yeah, I mean, I feel like he could do it, man. Because I mean, Gotham. I mean, he was their technical guy, but I mean, he just sounded so cool when he talked. Like he
he
was.
did. He did.
So
I and like are those your picks for replacing them?
yeah, they're my two picks. Yeah.
Okay. So I think I keep going back to him, and my pick was Lakeith Stanfield.
Hmm.
Um, I kept going back and forth, and because part of me was like, you know what, yeah, I could see him playing it. Then the other half was like, I just don't know if he could do it per se because I just I think I think he would have to add on some size.
Yeah.
I would say he would have to bulk up for sure, and I just don't know with like his body type. I don't know if he would want to do it. That's the only thing with that. But the things I could see him like why he would be a good king is like he has that deep voice where
True.
like when he speaks is like, oh shoot, you gonna listen. Like you gonna, he's like he has that, he carries himself like that.
Mhm.
And going back to that masculinity, so like he carries himself with confidence. And every role that I've seen this man do, like you could tell he puts his best foot forward. um i, I think, oh man, what was the movie he played in? uh the Oh man, it's the Messiah, Judas the Messiah.
Oh, yeah, Judas the Black Messiah or something like
Yeah,
that.
Judas the Black. Yeah, 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 I think so. I think so. Um, yeah, just watching him play that role, man, I was just like, dude, like he killed it. He killed it, man.
Hmm.
And I feel like that he would be such a good, like just a good king. And yeah, like I think in Marvel, if they were to move in that direction, because they let's address the elephant in the room. They've taken Michael B. Jordan, and I think they used him. I think they used him well.
Hmm.
I really do. Um, David. Oh man, what's his? I can't say his last, but he's been in a lot of Jordan Peele movies and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
Um,
I think with him, he probably would have been a good one. You talk about somebody who carries himself with confidence, has that deep masculine voice.
yeah,
He would have been great, I think.
that's
To
true.
be absolutely honest with you. But I mean, they used him in black. They use a lot of good black actors in
Hmm.
Black Panther, and I get it, man. Like, look, don't get me wrong. You and I went to go see Black Panther.
We did.
I think when it came,
Glorious.
like that movie was hype, man. Like we were in the little shoulder shrug. No, man. Like, but RIP to Chadwick Boseman, bro.
I
Um,
know, man.
like I really do think though that unfortunately though if they're kind of limited. But I just had something that popped to my mind too.
Hmm.
I don't know if he would be a good king to conquer, but I do think he could fit in the MCU at some point. Caleb McLaughlin.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah, he
you
could
feel me?
fit.
Yeah?
I
You
mean,
feel me?
dang. I mean, yeah, if you wanted to do a Miles or even
Dude, right,
you could do a
right,
Miles potentially.
right.
There was one kid. He was on Cobra Kai on the most recent season. I forget his name, but
Mhm.
yeah, like
Dang.
what is his name? But yeah, it was like this light skinned dude with like curly hair and whatnot. But I mean, he had the moves though, so it's like okay,
Yeah,
we have
but that's what
some.
I'm saying. Like the
Mhm,
up and coming actors that are like are under 30 or
mhm.
35 right now, like this is definitely in good hands, I would say. Um, Definitely, I don't know if they'll be main villains per se. Like if but who knows? I could be wrong. Who
Yeah,
because I think once they've put their footing down, they may be able to handle something like that. But we'll see in the long run. But to shift gears a little bit though,
yeah.
if they decide to go a different direction, me personally, I think there is hasn't been a better time than now to really push the X-Men.
You could. I mean,
You feel me?
especially with the Marvel shows they've had, with
Yeah.
Miss Marvel, because I mean they talked about the whole mutant gene in that show. Like apparently Miss Marvel is a mutant, so I was like, okay, well, I better bring in some Professor X. I need to hear that theme music.
And you got Deadpool 3 getting ready to come out here. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like why why not move in that area now?
Hmm.
You know?
That's
I
true.
and I'm not I don't want to give away a spoiler if they want to see this movie, but like with the new the new Marvels movie that came out,
Hmm.
there's something in the
Okay, I haven't
movie.
even seen that yet. I need
Yeah,
to go see it.
yeah. The like, reason why, because again, I didn't see it, but of course the internet sucks. Internet sucks. Like YouTube does not like if you ever want to avoid a spoiler, do not go on YouTube the week of the movie coming out
Yeah.
or TV show because they will ruin it for you because it's basically, oh look, I got the new copy of the video. Look at me.
Yeah, it's like you'll find videos of people just recording like spoiler endings of the movies and posting them
Yeah.
like the day of.
Yes.
It's like, yo,
Just for clout, guys. It's literally just for clout chasing, and it drives me nuts. But I'm not going to harp on that. But but this is why I was bringing up the X-Men because there's something in there where it's like it kind of leads you to that,
Mhm.
and I would say that why not, dude? We should get a movie with Mister Sinister
Mr. Sinister's pretty corrupt. I mean,
because
like him and like the whole what was his league he had? He had like a league. Um,
yo yeah. Oh dude, that's
who
gonna
was
annoy me. I can't
oh,
remember right off the top of my head,
mhm.
but I think like because we got the X-Men movies in the past, and don't get me wrong,
Right.
I'm extremely grateful for them, and I think the X-Men movies get a lot of hate, but I don't think they're as bad as people make them out to be.
No, I don't as well.
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of like with the Star Wars prequels, because
yeah,
like there's a point where people are like, "Oh, movies 1 through 3 sucked," but then
yeah. It's
once
like
once the
stop
newer
playing.
stuff came out, and then also as Disney has been doing like more Star Wars content, people have gone back to the prequels and like, "Wow, they actually had a lot of good detail in these,"
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the acting wasn't bad, the lightsaber scenes were great, but people were just crapping on it for
Mhm.
some reason. I don't get it.
Haters. Those are boomers. Those are boomers.
Boomers,
Those are
haters.
boomers. Let's be real. Saber boomers.
Oh man, but I mean, yeah, I do think like the X-Men is definitely a good way to go into, and I mean, I feel like this Marvel they just opened themselves up to so many avenues because like with the whole multiverse thing, and then
Yep.
with them slowly building up the universe, and I mean, even with all the stuff they had like in their Agents of Shield show, I mean, they kind of dug into so many things with the
Yeah.
Humans, which you saw like a little bit of that in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, but just they really need to like I guess really open up these like well-known groups because I mean I think they're gonna be doing a Fantastic Four movie soon, which
I saw
might be
that.
a good thing. So
I saw that.
I miss Doctor Doom. I
Yeah,
need to see a good Doctor Doom.
and that's another one where you can make
Hmm.
like if you don't want to pursue with Kang, you could use Doctor Doom with Fantastic Four.
Hmm.
So there you have options. It's not like they don't have options. I just think now it's a matter of like, all right, how do we pivot this now if we want to move on from Kang? Like maybe like somewhere down the line we could come back to it.
Hmm.
but like how are we going to move forward now with these movies now? So like
That's true.
and guys, let us know like if there's something that you know whether you agree with it or not, like let us know because I'm curious to hear what others would have to say about this. You know, like because it's you know we're talking about this like just that the avenues that they have
Hmm.
available to them. But I would say me personally, I would like to see the X-Men really come into this MCU now.
Yeah,
And just I really hope they push that. And I think with Deadpool 3, they have an opportunity to do that.
for sure. I mean, I'm definitely curious of how they're gonna involve Deadpool in the current MCU, like how they're gonna, I guess, fit him into the
Hmm.
story. Because I
Hmm.
mean, because it seems like now, especially since like Marvel's grown so much, they definitely try a lot to combine multiple characters from like different movies into like one thing. But I
Yeah.
mean, I'm hoping that with this Deadpool movie, it's going to be somewhat standalone, and then maybe like at the end they'll connect it back to the current MCU. Because I
Yeah.
mean, I think that's like a problem. Because I mean, it's cool to see like crossovers, but I feel like they're kind of doing too much, and they kind of need to back up and kind of stick to the solo groups for a time, and then bring it back together. Because I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's what made the like which made like Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, like all those movies like so good. It's like they were kind of like solo by themselves, but then they came together later, not
Right.
starting out now, like involving everybody.
Eh, Right. And I just I feel like the most disappointing character in all of the Avengers was definitely the Hulk,
Yeah.
just because like they never really gave him a proper movie. I feel to be introduced into the MCU, but I don't know. So some people may feel different, and that's cool. But I mean, me personally speaking, I just feel like they never really gave him his actual dues.
Yeah, they kind of. I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird time, bro.
It was
2008 was a weird time for that.
in
Because I
fact,
mean, because like the Incredible movie came out, but then they changed actors for the Avengers, and they didn't quite clear that up. And then they also changed up Hulk's design. Because I mean, I actually enjoyed the Incredible Hulk movie in '08. I mean,
I
had
enjoyed
good
the one
action
in
scenes.
2000, what was it, 2003,
Yeah,
2002.
Eric Bana, bro, that
Yeah,
dude,
yo,
he was
bro,
that guy.
I liked it. I know some people didn't like it, but that honestly, I think once Toby Maguire Spider Man like got me hooked on the MC or like Marvel movies and stuff. Like I remember,
Mhm.
going to the theaters and watching the Incredible Hulk, and I was like, "This is crazy."
Yeah,
Like,
dude, that movie scared me so much at one point. Because I mean, with the like mutated dogs they had in there, bro, that horrified me. I was like,
yo,
yo, what is that?
that movie was wild, son. Like,
It was. And dude, he was so fast. It didn't make
yeah,
any sense. The Hulk was
he,
so fast.
bro, my man was jumping like at least like 300 feet with ease, if not
Easy.
more.
And as he picked up
He
speed,
probably he could have cleared a colossal titan, son.
dude, he would have, man, he would have vaulted Aaron when he was in his founding
Oh
title,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
Like with ease.
yeah. No, there's no doubt about it and stuff. Like that would be really interesting to see Incredible Hulk versus like a Titan, man. That
Oh, that
the
would
Attack Titan,
I feel bad for that Titan, bro. I
dude.
truly do. Because the
He will
Hulk
give
is, I mean, especially in comics, he'll give you the work, bro.
he
He will
really would.
give you the work, man.
He would
You will not
give
stand a
provolone.
chance.
The provolone.
Maybe stomping you.
Yeah. He
Just like jumping up and down, like on your face.
I would really love to see that, dude. Um but like to but to your point though with Deadpool being
Mm.
included though in the MCU, I again I just feel like all roads are leading to like the X-Men.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing. And I know this movie because like Hugh Jackman, which I'm hyped to see him coming back playing Wolverine
Mhm.
like one more time. It is going to take place before Logan happens. And guys, if
Mhm.
you haven't seen Logan yet, like one, what are you doing? Where have you been? Two, that movie, like I think I shed the hardest tear, like not tears, like singular tear
That's
in that
one.
movie, yo. At the end, I was just like it's just one hard tear, bro. Just came down, and oh, that movie, like I don't know, it just gave me like God of like the newer God of War vibes now.
Mm,
Just like him learning, how to be a father, and just
yeah,
such a good movie, such a good
that
movie,
was a
dude.
really good movie.
Oh,
And I mean, just like the action and all the blood, because like that was our first R-rated Wolverine movie. I'm
yes,
pretty sure.
and that is the Wolverine that we know in the comics.
Yeah,
That
and in the
that
video games, bro.
yes, he Wolverine is is ruthless. Like he's I know we like to put him as like a superhero, and I would say for the most part he is a hero, but he's definitely an anti-hero because he's not afraid to kill. Like he's not afraid to go that line and say, "Hey, like yo, if you don't cooperate with me, then I'm just gonna two-piece you, and then I'm gonna keep moving."
Yeah,
Like,
I'm at to shank you a few times, pretty much.
yeah, like he's like that's just him. And I think Logan was the first time that where people were like, "Dude, thank you, thank you for
Hmm.
giving us the real Wolverine." And not to like crap on the other Wolverine movies, but they definitely, I think, held him back. And then the new directors was like, "Hey, like, let's go." Like let's go, let him go out with a bang. And yeah, that so good, so good,
Yeah,
man.
but I mean, I'm hoping that Deadpool 3 is going to be good, and that I mean, just that it fits well within the MCU. I mean, yeah, because I mean, we'll just see how it goes. Hopefully it spawns more things. In this like in the direction of the X-Men, because like I mean, they're going to have that X-Men '94 show I think coming
I
out.
think it's
I mean,
97, 97.
97. Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one's gonna be coming out soon on Disney Plus. That'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm
So
I'm hyped for that again,
yeah,
dude. And it's so funny just watching back through the animated series, like the OG, and this is funny because like you just hear like Wolverine's voice actor, "Hey, Bob," like, like
it's so deep.
it is, and just seeing how far things have come since then, man. I don't know, like it's cool. Just I don't know,
Mm,
it makes you it just appreciation, dude, because it did lay the groundwork, and I mean, I literally named the podcast after
right.
Weapon X. So I'm a huge Wolverine fan. If you haven't picked up on that by now, but
That's facts though. But I do have like a Wolverine question for you.
go ahead,
So if Hugh Jackman decides not to continue as Wolverine in the MCU,
Isaac.
who would be your choice to play him
Isaac.
in the MCU? You know?
Oh, that is tough. Um, hmm, low key. There's a part of me that says I don't know why I keep thinking of him, but like Jensen Ackles. I don't know why,
Mm,
but I don't know, but I just and I don't know. I think maybe it's just the voice. I believe.
yeah.
I think it's the voice because like he has a really deep voice, and um he has a good build on him too though.
Yeah, he's stocky right now
Yeah,
for the boys. So I
yeah,
mean,
he's freaking yoked, man. Um, I think, mm, and of course, like we want, I feel like the obvious one is Tom Hardy, but we know he's playing Venom already,
yeah.
so like like that's the obvious one. But I'm just trying to think, like, because Wolverine, Hugh Jackman is definitely the exact opposite of Wolverine. Like Hugh Jackman is a 6'2", 6'3" Australian man. Wolverine is
Mhm.
a 5'3" Canadian. Like he's not that tall, but he's freaking just stocky, man. And he's like
Mhm.
300 pounds. and stuff like with all of his steel, man. And I just man, what about Danny DeVito? No, I was playing. I'm just playing. I'm just
Yo, can you imagine him? It's me, Wolverine. Dude, if I ever saw him running at
I
me
am just playing,
with
guys.
claws, bro, dude, I'm losing it. If he trips, he
Oh my
might
god.
trip.
I am just playing, guys. I
Uh,
there's no like Isaac. I would be rolling on the floor
dude,
if
so
I
would
see
he.
this man. Yeah,
Because and didn't he play Penguin?
bro, he did play
He played
Penguin.
Penguin, didn't he? In the old Batman's. He played a good Penguin though.
He
Not
did.
gonna
He
lie.
did play a good Penguin. He was, bro. He was a pervert in that movie, man.
Oh yeah.
He
Oh
was such
yeah.
a perv, and it's the fact that that was geared towards children too.
I know.
The '90s was a wild time, man.
Yo, there was just so much that just went over your head as a kid. Because I mean, me as a kid, I didn't catch any of this. But watching this stuff now, it's like, whoa, they
Nah,
said that?
they
They're
was wild.
wearing that?
They was wilding in the
Hmm.
'90s, man. Um, yeah, you definitely could not get away with that stuff today.
Well, you could. It would just be on HBO, probably.
It'll be you're not wrong. You're not.
Oh man. But if I had to choose a guy to cast as Wolverine now, I mean, this could be controversial, but Daniel Radcliffe, man, the older he
Hmm,
gets, dude, he's so cut
why?
right now. Like if you Google him right now, bro, this man is
Oh,
yoked.
yeah. Let me. Yeah, I gotta
Google
see.
him.
Yeah, let me see, because my man been hitting the gym like that.
Yeah, because I found like a men's health picture. I don't know if I can show this, but it's like,
Hold on,
man,
let me see.
this dude
Um,
is cut.
let's see, men's health. Let's see. What, bro? He's been what?
I know, bro. He's been lifting.
All
I don't know
right.
what he's been doing, but I mean,
Oh
again,
my
like I haven't
gosh.
seen him in years, but
So get this. All right.
mhm.
It says seven. So and this is on Men's Health as well. 7 actors who could be the next Wolverine, and of course, Daniel Radcliffe is the face for the article. So
Yeah.
that's funny. That's funny.
Because I
So like
mean, I think he could. Because I mean,
it could make sense. It could make
it could.
sense.
Because I mean, because here's how I rationalize it. I mean, because with actors, I mean, you never know what they can do until you see them do it. You know.
Right.
Because I mean, because when it came for when Robert Pattinson was going to be playing Batman, a lot of
Dude,
people were skeptical.
yes.
They were really.
I
I
was
was
one I'll be honest.
skeptical.
I was one of those people.
Yeah,
I,
but I mean, he brought a different take to the character, very dark. But I mean, dude,
I
he
love
did a great job at it. You
I
know.
love it.
And
I
everyone
love
knows, Robert Pattinson, oh, it's the Twilight guy,
Twilight. Yeah,
He's
Twilight.
not going to be all vicious like Batman, but nah, he
Yeah,
did it. And
bro.
Daniel
He might be
Radcliffe,
our
I mean,
darkest Batman. I think he was our darkest Batman, hands down.
yeah,
I
yeah, for
really do.
for what we got, yeah, like on the big screen, yeah,
Yeah, he killed it. He killed it.
he did. He was the darkest one. 'Cause, I mean, Christian Bale, he was decent. He wasn't as dark. It was more. I feel like that Batman was more like Batman animated series, in a sense,
Yeah, yeah.
which I was good with. And
Oh
then
yeah,
Ben
I love
Affleck.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Ben
You get
Affleck is kind of like an aged Batman, but still just can still throw hands
right.
in a sense,
I, love
But then,
I agree though with you, like because like you were saying like that, and I think Robert Pattinson as Batman is a great like example of how hey don't judge a book before like don't judge a book by its cover.
yeah,
Um, that's like Dan Radcliffe. Yeah, like why not like give it a shot because we know Hugh Jackman, him and Ryan Reynolds are boys. Like
yeah,
they're good friends, and of course Ryan Reynolds, like they did like the big reveal, like, "Hey Hugh, you want to come and play Wolverine one more time?" And of course Hugh Jackman comes out of the freaking room and is like, "Yeah, yeah, I'll play
why
him one."
not?
And of course, people like me, I'm cheesing, yo. Like I was cheesing, but
Like to this day,
yeah, man, and but I like you're saying though, I know he is trying to move on from that
Mhm.
now, and just continue to move forward with that. So, yeah, I think Daniel Radcliffe, that makes a lot of sense actually, and I would be curious to see him play that role.
That's true. If I had to choose a second pick, possibly the guy who played Billy in Stranger Things,
Ooh,
potentially.
ooh,
I mean, because
ooh!
he is kind of like a pretty boy look, but I mean, I don't know if
He's
they
an
gave him like a
Aussie.
beard.
He's an Aussie too, man.
That's true. That's
He's an
true.
Aussie too, man.
Oh, it's
Killed as the
this
Red
connect.
Ranger. Killed as the Red Ranger. Right?
He did,
Look,
bro. I mean, he has the acrobatics. He can do it.
he can. I I like that Isaac. You see, this is what I'm saying. Like Isaac, he makes you think. Like he lets you see things from a different, just a different scope, man. And that's yeah. I would like to see that low key.
Hmm.
That would be sick. Dang.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
mean, because it's crazy. I mean, there are just so many actors nowadays who can do these different roles. Because I mean, I feel like back when like we were younger and watching movies and whatnot. I mean, there was only like a select few actors you would see doing things, but now there's just so many. And
It's
it's cool to
versatile.
see. It's cool to see, man.
Yep. I think a lot of there's a lot of people that are very versatile, and I look at it kind of like just look at it like today's game of like the NFL and NBA. Like today's game is way more athletic than it was 15, 20 years ago now.
Mhm.
Like you have people, like it's common to see in the NFL, seeing guys running the 4.4s where, you know, 20, 25 years ago, that was not normal and stuff. So if someone did that, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, like, it's the greatest thing. But now the like in acting, actors have evolved, and I would go as far as to say that I think that there's a lot of actors today that are more talented than previous because they could play multiple genres and play multiple genres in movies.
That's true. 'Cause there are
You
some
know?
out there who'd be killing that. But I will say there are some actors who kind of play the same role in every movie they're in.
Oh yeah, The
That's
Rock, The Rock.
yes, that's who I
Yeah,
thought of.
Dwayne,
I
yeah,
mean,
Dwayne
like that's facts. And I mean, I do like The Rock in general. I mean, like he
Yeah,
plays those characters well, but it's like, again, I mean, I guess by trade he wasn't an actor coming up. Like he was a wrestler, which I'll give him some nods for that. But still, there are some people out there. It's like they play the same character every movie.
yeah,
you
and
know.
it's just kind of like, all right, man. Like, I get it. Like, yeah, like, but I think, Dwayne Johnson's definitely like most of his movies have been him playing like an action role where, or he's like a boss or
Like a
just
protector of some sort.
yeah, some character and authority,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like Dwayne Johnson he has the face, he has the build, and like, he just has that charisma about him where, yeah, he could play those roles. Like he kills it. Like he was made for those.
that's true.
But like you're saying though, it's kind of like you're playing the same. You just played this 2 years ago, man.
Yeah, but I mean, it is crazy to see how far acting has come because I mean, because like recently my wife and I watched like it's a Wonderful Life for like Christmas like a while back, but just kind of like seeing how they acted back then and just like all the emotion they use, but then there weren't like that many actors back then. But just being able to see how though over the years you get more and more people kind of getting into it, it's just cool to see.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, and that's exactly it. Like, well, I think that's a thing of like more people. Like, it's more accepting. I think now, for people to be in theater and
Mhm.
just being like Broadway shows because I feel like even when you and I were in school, I feel like if oh, you're a theater kid, oh my gosh, like like
Yeah.
they would get judged, and I think
Mhm.
like that's not cool because again, like just because they don't like sports or something like that doesn't mean that they're weird. Like they
Mhm.
real talk, they could be like one show away. Like they get in front of the right person, they can they can be taken off.
Facts, bro. And there'll
Now,
be some people, I mean, even though if they don't play sports, I mean, they be doing ballet and dance and
yeah,
whatnot. They can move. It's like, dang,
yeah.
you quick.
So like, man, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to like push.
Mm,
Like with my girls, if they choose to play sports, cool. If they don't, whatever. Because like like I grew up playing sports and stuff, but like, and so did my wife. But her and I, we're the like we're going to support them in anything that they want to do.
mm,
And I'm honestly curious to see like what is going to be their thing when
yeah,
they grow up. So that's going to be cool. But yeah, man, like actors have come such a long way though
yeah.
with
Facts,
that.
bro.
And yeah, I'm excited though, just to kind of see like even from now, like we're talking about this in 2024 and 2034. What is it going to look like then? You know?
That's true.
Mm,
And I mean, and like another move, like another Marvel movie I kind of want to touch on is Craven the Hunter that's coming out this year.
okay, okay,
Yeah. So like, what are your thoughts on that? Because I mean, because the actor they chose, Aaron Johnson. I mean, he's been acting for a while. Because like the first time I ever saw him was in Kick Ass, which
yeah,
I find it kind of funny that he started, or I guess started for me, but of like being this guy who's like this meme of a superhero, but now he's actually doing more hero stuff,
right.
than Marvel.
It's I think they would definitely need to use him in like a Spider-Man movie because like that's especially with Spider-Man 2 that just came out this year on
Mhm.
PS5. Like you saw how big of a role he played in that game, and versus he has this, like he's getting his own movie now. So why not make those two meet up, like in a Spider-Man movie, and maybe they have that plan somewhere down the road.
Mhm.
But I do believe that this movie, it can go one or two ways. I think if they decide to make him like a hero, then I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a bust. But they decide to go like the anti-hero villain route, I believe that it has potential. I don't think it's going to be a blockbuster film per se, but I think it's going to be one of those films where it's like, all right, like I mess with it, yeah,
Mhm.
you know. So I hope they go and do a good job with this, but like just stay to who he is, stick to his origins, right?
Facts.
Don't switch.
I like that. I think it's a good response because I mean, it's interesting of like how people deviate from comics, for like creative purposes, and sometimes they
Yeah,
work, sometimes they don't.
right.
But I'm kind of with you in the sense that I do hope they kind of stick more to his origins of being more. I mean, I don't even see him as like an anti-hero from when I see him. I mean, it's
Yeah,
usually like as a
right.
villain,
Right.
but I mean, but still, like I would rather have that than them kind of try to make him a hero in a sense. Because I
Yeah,
mean, that's one thing that they're kind of doing with Spider-Man villains, like recently, of like kind of trying to give them a more hero outlook, but that's just not who they are, which
no,
sometimes can kind of get to me. But
it's
with the
got
Craven movie, I'm hoping they kind of stick to the villain aspect because I mean, from what I saw in the trailer, it's kind of a 50-50 chance.
yeah.
He is more like an anti-hero, I guess, based on the trailer. But I guess we'll see what they do and how it performs.
Yeah, I am interested because I remember like in the like hearing before the trailer showed here in the States. I remember hearing somebody say, "Yeah, like dude, we just saw the trailer," and they were like, "Yeah, he bit off somebody's nose and spit it at the camera," and it's like, "What?"
Yeah, that's pretty messed up.
That's
That was
like, all right.
cool.
So again, like you said, I I do believe that it's probably gonna lean more towards like that anti-hero villain esque side, which I'm
Mhm.
like, hey, I'm all for it.
Mhm.
Because don't get me wrong, I love me a superhero movie, but I also love like, the perspective from the villain and why. like why they're doing what they're doing, you know. So like it's kind of getting cool getting a different point of view.
Facts, man. Because I mean, definitely, like, I don't know. It does kind of get old when like, people try to like, I guess, change these villains into heroes. But I do like seeing their story from like a different perspective, you
Yeah,
know. And then also, I mean, just like it's funny, like of how like villain movies are kind of performing now. Because I mean, the Joker movie performed very well, and just people just kind of enjoy seeing that aspect. But I
it's
do have
different.
high hopes for Craven. I have really high hopes, so I'm hoping
Yeah,
it's good.
you and me both, man. You and me both. Yeah, like with the Joker and stuff, dude. Like it was something different, and people freaking like it was one of the. I think it's like out of like superhero or like villain movies. Like I think it's in the top 10 for like the most sales like in the box office.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure it is. Like, I think it made over 1 billion, like with ease actually.
Yeah.
Some people went to go see it like 2 or 3 times, which I'm like, whoa.
Oh.
I'm like, whoa.
Whoa. It's like, are you okay after
Yeah.
that?
It's like, bro, you got, I don't know, you might need to go talk to somebody,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, I've only seen it once, and still, I mean, there are certain parts.
It's
It's like,
heavy.
wow.
It was heavy. It was
like,
heavy, man.
like when he like shot that guy on live TV, that was that was crazy. I didn't
Yeah,
expect it because he was like talking and whatnot, and then bang.
bro, like the way my eyes look right now, I was just like, dang, son. Like, it was crazy how that played out. But I um I do think this would be like a good stopping point for us here because there's so much that we can talk about with this too. But yeah, like I'm sure like as projects come, they're announced throughout the year, upcoming ones. Like I'm sure, like we'll discuss it and just dive a little bit deeper into those. But yeah, guys, if you have listened this far in, like we appreciate it. Um, again, like subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys are following us on whatever platform you're listening to, and leave us a rating, guys. It helps us out. And Isaac, before I let the people go, do you have anything you want to leave off with?
Oh yeah, yeah, guys. Have a good week. Yeah, I mean, reach out to us, ask us questions.
Yeah,
Tell us your thoughts on the podcast and what you thought about our conversation. Where do you see Marvel going? What would you like them to do?
yeah,
What things are you excited to see in the coming years? And yeah, guys, just nerd out with us.
yeah, yeah. Like guys, we would definitely love to hear from you. But yeah, thank you for listening to us, and we'll be back next week. Take care.
Peace.